Yeah, morning traders. A really good feel to the markets today. We are expecting the Chinese markets to open on a firmer footing. Certainly look at the Hang Seng, where Alibaba has a big presence within that market. The stock's up 14% or so in its US ADR listing at the moment. Baidu's up also 14%. Both stocks have come out with some pretty good earnings, and people are feeling pretty receptive to that. Certainly we're seeing shorts covering in both those names of the stock. Both stocks are pushing up. So we're expecting the Hang Seng to really fire up when that market really comes along in the cash market a bit later on today. US equity markets are providing their lead. As you can see here from the cash equity market closing, we're seeing very, very strong gains coming across all the different bourses. I think people have flagged that some of the retail earnings have been pretty good. Macy's have come out with some good numbers there. Dollar Tree's come out with some good numbers. Dollar General's looking pretty good at the moment. So these names may be arresting some fears. Also put into context, and perhaps it's not such a positive, that we're talking about month-end flows. Now, of course, we're doing this slightly earlier because of Memorial Day holiday coming up. But some of the banks are reporting some of the biggest rebalancing and inflows into US equity funds since March 2020. So maybe that's really supporting the issues at the moment. Cash volumes going through the equity markets are looking pretty good. They're in line with the 30-day average. Going through futures, they're very light indeed, so maybe that's another bit of a warning sign. But we are seeing all sectors in positive territory today. You can see here, discretionary working really well, financials working well, tech working well. It's the defensive areas of the market which are lagging at the moment. Also in the FX markets, pretty tight ranges we've been seeing. It's dollar CNH, which has really, really pushed up, and maybe that's kept Aussie dollar back a bit. But probably the best gain on the day is euro dollar. We're seeing euro dollar pushing to 107.29, back above the figure, and we're looking for that market to potentially push into 108 going forward. We'll see what happens with core PCE in the session ahead going forward. Also keep an eye on what's happening in energy. Energy's been really well traded today. We traded into about 114.83. We've got our eyes on 115.56, the recent highs. It's looking pretty strong at the moment, as is Brent. So that's really one that we need to keep an eye on. Is boosted break-even rates. So we've seen real rates moving a little bit lower, which again may be helping the equity story as well. So it's all eyes on the equity story. Can this continue going forward? Is this a month-end phenomenon going forward and people look to sell into? Asia looks to fire up today.